Hello and welcome to another epic slot car video. Today we're going to be looking at just an update on what's happening on the track. As you can see, I've been doing a bit of colouring on the rock work and the corners. So just trying out a few new things, getting a bit of texture, a little bit of definition in the rocks, hopefully. And yeah, so I've got a fair bit of work to do, but I want to get it more Aussie sort of looking rocks, bush. Same with this side here, not sure about all this yet. That rock work, I'm getting a few branches to see what sort of trees I can come up with. Ready for some foliage soon, maybe a bit of painting on the trees. That's the foam board that or the foam that I use. A little bit more colouring on this to see what it looks like. Also a bit of an embankment here, which will be all interesting to see going between the two tracks, up and down sort of thing. I've been using some paint that's got a grain in it, or granules sort of stuff, and this was called dirt. So yeah, it's not too bad. It looks good. It's good texture, so it should be able to be painted. The road's actually done in a similar product. It's actually a dark, lighter brown, lighter grey sort of colour. So that's not too bad. It's starting to look alright. Bit of a narrow bush, bush road, that type of thing, where the town's going to be. So we're going to go through here. That's the paper one I built. It's when I scratch built this stone building. So they've all got it in situ. This is a laser wood kit. These are in O gauge, so they're not too bad. They're only what are they? They're 48 scale, so they're probably a little bit small in theory, but what the heck. This one I scratch built this one, as you can see. It's made out of foam board that you can get from Office Warehouse, that type of thing. You make your own bricks and just kind of paint it up. All pretty cheap to make that one. So use coffee stirring sticks, cardboard, tape, Chinese takeaway glass, the containers. So yeah, so that's what that's all about. And I've also got an interesting old model I made. I made this casting of all these bodies were made out of balsa, plaster, and lots of filing, and just made to look like a car as opposed to being a scale built one. These were built to fit a chassis really, and because back in the day in the early 80s there was none of this sort of stuff. So anyway, this is Norm. He's been at the bakery. We'll go for a ride. She still goes pretty good after 30 odd years. I think it's about 37 years old that thing is. I've still got the two Holden dealer team cars, and I built an XW at the same time, and I built a couple of VG Pacers as well. I built a 3-lane track, and yeah, with all the corners going in together as they come into the corner, and then they all spread out as they went on the straight, and they're pretty good fun. But this old fella, she's a rough and ready one. It's a Audi Quattro chassis in this. It's got sponge tyres, which I cut down, and look, it looks the part. It's not the scale by any means, but back then, who cared? Anyway, so that's a bit of an update on what's happening. So slowly things are happening with the track, and hopefully we'll get some more things happening more scenery work I want. Here's some old Beta Birdwood, right? That's the third, the second, and the first posters when they come out. And these fellas, the V8 with attitude posters, and don't think the Castrol, but certainly the VL, they were at the pits when we used to go up there on the Monday, because it was a long weekend. We'd go and there'd be all just sitting there. I've got lots of photos of the cars, different cars, and they were just sitting there on the walls. That all cleared out, so I've got one or two. Yeah, so they're actually from the teams. Some old posters that you used to get, different magazines and all that sort of stuff. Yeah, so anyway, all right, hope you enjoyed this video. I'll see you again. Thank you.